What's up, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here, chilling with Kenny C right here on tmvcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. And as I'm doing these bookings, I don't give it a thought on the day that these interviews get booked on. It turns out that today is Notorious B.I.G.'s birthday. So it's
Facts.
quite fitting. I got a hip hop artist on the air with me. He goes by the name of VonDoom. He's with me right now. What's good, man?
What's going on, King? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Great to have you on this Biggie birthday show. I guess we can
In the in
call
the
that.
words of in the words of Cannabis, the greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Big. Um,
Most definitely.
so I was at work this morning and they played the Hot 97, and I think they was playing Biggie songs back to back. One of the co-workers came up to me and said, "Yo, why they playing these Biggie songs back to back?" And I'm like, and then I looked at the date, like, oh, it's March 9th. That's his birthday. So, and that's a New York station, Hot 97. So they gotta represent for Big. So I was very pleased. It was good to put the current mainstream rotation to the side and say, this is for Big. So thank you, Hot
Yeah.
97. You helped me my
Yeah,
morning.
and I don't mean to jump in and correct you. It's his death date. His birthday's May
Definitely.
21st.
Oh yeah, yeah. My
Yeah, yeah,
bad. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
March 9th. So yeah. Um, but nonetheless, man, great to have you on the show. Talk about you getting into being a artist, man. How did it start off for you?
Well, um, I'm gonna take it a little ways back.
Okay.
I'm in Texas now, but
Yeah.
being born and raised on the East, I'm originally from Maryland. Um, it just gave me a way to get away from everything else. Those that know Salisbury, those that know Baltimore know what I'm talking about. I don't need to go into detail. Um, somebody that had lived in the spot that we lived in prior to us, they moved out. And when they moved out, they left a box of lyrics. It was like literally like a big a big old box of nothing but lyrics in it. And I came across it and I'm reading it, I'm like, yo, I can do this. I already love hip hop as it is, but I could really do this. And then that's how I started writing from that point. And I was maybe 9, maybe 10 at the time. And it just really progressed from there. I gravitated towards it, you know, as something for me to listen to. Growing up, moms and pops, we always listened to, your as they call them now, the golden oldies. You know what I'm saying? So we had Prince playing in the house, some Mike Jack, some OJs, and all of them was playing in the house. But hip hop came around and gave us something to have for our own as the youth of the time, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And I've been on it ever since.
Yeah, I mean, with parents, they just play music when you us kids at a young age, and we be dancing, we be partying, we be
Facts.
enjoying the music. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Motown. You a black kid growing up. I'm pretty sure you had some Motown. You heard some Motown at some point in your
Definitely.
life. Uh, but
The
I guess,
Temptations is one of my favorite groups right now.
yeah, Temptations, Jackson 5, you know, the list goes on and on, man. But just that record label, one of the most legendary labels of all time. And it's just a label like that with all that, with a star-studded roster, could never be duplicated. I mean, just it's timeless music, as people like to say. And hip hop came around. Hip hop was turning 50 years old this year.
Yeah, man.
So you being a fan first and then becoming an artist after that, what does hip hop mean to you as this genre now turns 50 years old this year? What does it mean to you?
Hip hop as a thing, an actual thing, is a lifestyle. It's not just listening to the music of hip hop, which is rap. It's not just listening to that. It's a lifestyle. Just the way you do things, the way you walk, the way you talk, slang you use, just the way you know your verbiage, the way you drive your car, the way you ride a bike. It's just who you are. You know what I mean? The way you dress, the way you style your dreads, your style of tattoos you have. It's all with all of that is hip hop. Hip hop is not music per se. There is a thing called hip hop music, but rap is the music of hip hop. Hip hop is a lifestyle. It's not just a genre of music. You know what I mean? So if you look, I don't care where you look, hip hop has its influences. It doesn't matter where you go. People wouldn't be DJing the way they DJ now if it wasn't for hip hop. People wouldn't have commercials the way that they have them if it wasn't for hip hop. Sprite is where it is because of hip hop. McDonald's is the way it is because of hip hop. You can continue on with that. Heck, the people who wrote the jingle for McDonald's, which is the I'm loving it, that comes from hip hop. That was written by the Clips, Pusha T and
Yeah,
Malice. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So hip hop is everywhere, man. Hip hop is definitely a staple for me. It's a staple in my life. It's a staple of my life. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can't do things without it. To me personally, but the hip hop genre of life is just as noticeable as the country genre of life. Even though we started that too, it's very noticeable. You know what I mean? So I'm in love with it, man. I'm still in love with it to this day. Now, some of the music may not be as good, but as far as a genre and what it's supposed to be, I still love it, man. I still love it. I wish some of the youth, when I say youth, I'm just meaning like 25 and under. When I say youth, because those are the main ones who control what goes on within the culture of hip hop. I wish they would understand how dramatic and detrimental their actions is to the culture. Because right now everybody's just selling it up the river, and I don't want to sound like an old man, but that's what they're doing. They're selling it up the river. You have people who will sign these record deals thinking they about to get all this money, and the old heads of rap have been telling people for the longest time, yo, make sure you read your contract or don't sign a record deal or something of the sort. And they just don't listen and they let them put out some BS that really, for lack of better words, it makes us look bad. It makes us look bad, not only as people who live the culture of hip hop, but people who are other black people because the things that they put out and put into the media and then they control excuse me, the things that they control has the rest of the world looking at us. Oh, so this is how all of them act. This is what they are. This is this, you know. But hip hop and I'm going off into a tangent, but hip hop is very detrimental to me. The whole lifestyle of hip hop is detrimental to me, not just the music of rap.
yeah. Just hearing you, what you said definitely reminds me of KRS-One, just giving you the difference between hip hop and rap. And, you know, hip hop has definitely come a long way. A lot of people thought that it was going to be a fad, that it wasn't going to last very long. And yet it's become the most influential genre since its
Mm-hmm.
existence.
Facts.
Um, and with the McDonald's thing, I found out about Pusha T came up with the jingle. Of course,
Yeah.
it was performed by Justin Timberlake, obviously, and of course, those two collaborated on Justin's debut single as a solo artist. So I mean that was mind blowing. That Pusha T of all people came up with that,
Yeah.
and
You know what? Not to cut you up, but you know what other one he did? I bet you don't even know.
no,
he he did the jingle for Arby's. We have the meats.
yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do know that one. He did a rap about the fish sandwich, and he took shots at McDonald's in the same rap. I was like, "Whoa, Push!" He's
Yeah,
giving
push
them
out there.
he's kind of giving them the Drake um treatment there, but I think he was more polite to McDonald's than he did towards Drake. But I think it was quite interesting. Just the whole story behind it that blew my mind. And I've always been a fan of Push, from the Clips days, and he's had an incredible one as a solo artist with good music. Push is nice, man.
Push is definitely nice.
My
Push is definitely nice.
Daytona, my name is my name. I definitely have enjoyed his work. Um, for you in particular, Von Doom, what you got in store as far as new music or anything in particular that your fans need to keep an eye on?
Well, my last project just dropped in July of last year. It's called Black Broly. It's a double project.
Mhm.
It's actually the last full length project that I'm gonna put out solo. Everything else is gonna be singles, et cetera, et cetera. Um, but if you know anything about Dragon Ball Z, the album is Dragon Ball Z themed. The songs are named after Dragon Ball stuff. Um, there's some scenes in it, all of that will come from Dragon Ball Z once you hear it. Um, the first one is called Planet Vegeta. The second one's called Planet Vampa. So with that being said, the first half of the project is more mellow. I mean, it's still hard hitting, but it's more mellow. But the second half is really grimy because that's where Broly was sent to be banished from his birth world, or whatever you want to call it. Um, that was the last project that I put out. But as of right now, I'm working on two projects. One with my group. Um, the first one was called Voltron, Death of a Thousand Beats. This one, we haven't came up with a name with it yet, but we're in the works of getting everything together with that. We have production from Super Mario. We got production from um, what is his name? I cannot think of his name. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. I cannot think of his name, but he's out of California.
Great.
Um, we got production from quite a few different places for it. It should be pretty. This one should be pretty good. The first one got a lot of good love on it. A great amount of spins. It's probably the Voltron project is probably my most successful project out of everything else. There's five people, as there's five Voltron members in the anime. Um, we follow the same connection routine, I guess you would say: the black, the red, the green, the yellow, so forth and so forth, so on. Um, once it's ready, though, I am super 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 excited about the project. Um, I do have a single that's about to drop with um, cannabis within the next couple of months.
Mm.
That'll be dropped. All those things just got cleared. I dropped a single with Rick Ross in November. That should be available also. Really and truthfully, all you gotta do is search George VonDoom on anything. All this stuff will come up, or just go to Google and everything will pop up. Um, I have singles with DNA. I have singles with Tito Lopez and a few other cats. Though everything is available. Everything we're talking about right now is available, minus the cannabis track that'll be available within the next couple of months.
So to clarify, this is available through George Von Doom or just Von Doom?
George VonDoom.
Okay, Gotcha.
Everybody calls me VonDoom, or they just call me Doom. But when it comes to the actual music, if it's not King Doom, it's George VonDoom, and you can search it. Or if you want the merch, just hit me
Okay.
up. Doom Squad merch, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
Okay. Yeah. It's got the Baltimore Orioles vibe. You
that's a
mentioned.
fact. I
Uh,
had no choice. I'm from Maryland. I had no choice.
when I
Or
think of the
or I could
or
have or I could have put it in the Ravens colors, as you can see the Raven thing up
okay.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of, you know, when I think of the Orioles, I think of Cal Ripken Jr. Um truly a legend, of course with the Ravens, Wade Lewis, that defense, Terrell Suggs,
Oh yeah.
just this,
Ed
that
Reed,
2000,
Terrell Suggs, all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ed Weed, speaking of, since I see the Ravens shirt in there, so Lamar Jackson just recently had his franchise tag, not the usual franchise, the non-exclusive
Yeah.
tag. So you being a Ravens fan, um, like how you feel about the way everything has been handled from both sides?
I think from what I know, because of course, it's two sides to a coin.
Yeah,
From what I know and what I can see, Lamar is okay for holding out because they're not trying to give him what he feels he deserves. So if you're not gonna give him what he feels he deserves, and somebody else wants to give him what he feels he deserves, let him go and get that. But y'all want to franchise tag him, so he really can't go anywhere. I understand it's non-exclusive, but
yeah,
we know what that means. That means no, we're gonna keep you here, and you're gonna do what we need you to do. You know what I mean? So as somebody who now I do want to preface it by saying this: I don't watch ball like I used to, for our own personal reasons, but I don't watch ball like I used to. But um, as a person who has rooted for the Ravens for I don't know how long, get that man his money. I don't know the last time the Ravens have seen a quarterback like that since Steve McNair, Air McNair, and
yeah,
who else? Flacco was cool, Testaverde was cool, but they were just cool. We're talking about a once in a lifetime type back that you have within Lamar Jackson. You mean, of course, you say, oh well, he's replicated by X Y Z, this person, that person. You have the great Michael Vick come out and say, "Nah, I could never do what that boy do on the field."
yeah.
That's that's a compliment that's above compliments. For Michael Vick to say, "Nah, I could never do that." Like I watch him and wonder how he does it. That's really literally what he said. So now y'all gonna try to keep him there and give him less money than what he asked for. You're gonna franchise tag him. Now you're gonna force him to go out there and play. And now his mindset is, I don't even want to be here. What is that gonna do for your team?
Yeah.
You're forcefully making him stay there. That's gonna do what for your team? Nothing.
He's a
It's not
he's
gonna do
a
nothing for you.
he's an
Because
MVP.
if your team captain isn't as happy as he can be to make sure everything else runs well and meshes well within the offense of the team, what is the purpose?
Yeah, and he
We're
played
not talking
through.
about a lineman.
Yeah, lineman, most important position in football, quarterback. He's a former MVP, got a playoff win. When he got drafted, people saying that he should have been a wide receiver and whatnot. Boy, he proved a lot of people wrong when he won that MVP as a quarterback. Um,
Hmm.
so he's gonna stand his ground, and until either the Ravens give him what he want, or maybe with this non-exclusive tag, and the other team don't line up and give him what he wants. If you lose that guy, you know, then in a already tough division as it is, with the North with
Yeah,
the Bengals coming. You know,
he's gonna end up elsewhere,
yeah,
and when he does, it's gonna be a Kobe Bryant type situation. And what I mean by that is the only difference is Lamar Jackson actually played for the Ravens. Kobe Bryant, they traded him on draft day. I know to this day, whoever decision that was is kicking themselves in the ass. I know they are. I know they are. Okay, well, I don't I don't want this kid, so we can go ahead. We're gonna trade him to the Lakers for who was it? Vladi Divac, I think it was. Whoever it was, they traded
yeah.
on.
The Hornets, I
Yeah, to
believe.
whoever they traded him for on draft day. I know they kicking themselves in the behind. And I was watching the Bill. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I was watching the Bill Russell documentary.
Yeah,
And number one, there's a bunch of stuff in that documentary I had no clue about. Number two, do you know that the Royals had first pick? The Celtics traded up to the second round, to the second pick, and then talked to the Royals and said, "We will give y'all tickets to the Ice Capades if y'all don't draft Bill Russell." So Boston could get Bill Russell, and they did that. Are you what? what? What?
the greatest champion of all time. 11
But everybody,
championships,
everybody
100
knows this picture right here. Everybody knows this picture. Everybody knows this picture. 11 rings.
11.
So I look at it as the same, kind of the same way as what's going on with Lamar Jackson. Y'all not gonna give him what he wants, and he's gonna end up going somewhere, and then you're gonna be kicking yourself in the behind, talking about, well, I wish I gave him what he wanted because he could have led our team. You know what I mean? Like the Ravens ain't seen or sniffed the Super Bowl since whatever year that was,
Since
and it
Flacco,
wasn't the, huh?
since Flacco at New
Yeah, and he's
Orleans.
and Flacco wasn't even the reason that they won the Super Bowl. That was a defense. That was that Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, you know what I'm saying, Terrell
Yeah,
Suggs. That's what that was. And now you got a quarterback who literally can lead you. Not only can he pass the ball, he can run the ball, and he can lead the team, the entirety of the team, the offense and the defense. And you're not gonna give him what he wants. Well, keep being greedy, and you're gonna end up with an Elvis Gerback.
I haven't heard that name since NFL Blitz video game,
This
and
is my whole point.
that was a long time ago.
This is my whole point.
George
This is my
VonDoom
exact point.
is joining me. Check out his music, man. Check out the Voltron project is on the way. And keep it locked, man. Go ahead and promote your social media sites, man. Where can people find you on the social media sites?
Dude, I'm George Von Doom on everything.
George VonDoom.
Twitter is gonna be um the real Von. No, the Twitter's gonna be G underscore Von Doom, and then PlayStation is the real Von Doom. Everything else is George Von Doom. Um, I lied. And Twitter is not Twitter. TikTok is Black Broly. Yeah, and
Yeah,
the first Voltron project's already out. It's Voultron. You can't just go with their regular name. That's definitely copyright.
yeah.
So Voultron. It's already out, but the next one is going to be stupid and amazing.
Looking forward to it, man. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to this project, and thank you for the chat, man. It's great to have you on. Looking forward to this new music, man. Keep doing your thing, man. And again, thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, not a problem, Kenny. I appreciate you, reaching out and all that good stuff, man. I hope y'all like the projects when they come out, and hope you like the projects that are already out. I put a lot of time, money, and all that into it. You know what I'm saying? I am an independent artist. I'm not signing, and I will never sign. But, look out for me. I might be in the city near you soon. I think I'm going to go back on tour real soon.
Okay, definitely keep an eye on that, man, for sure. So you enjoy your evening, you enjoy your weekend as well, man. Thanks again.
No doubt, man. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.
All right, you have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Peace, peace.